Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. See the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them. To see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And
I swore I'd block your number for good, but here you are texting me you up. I know exactly where this is, on your side of the bed at 3 a.m. I tell myself don't fall this time, but you say my name and I lose my mind. But I always let you back in every time I say I'm done, I'm lying. You walk in the room and I stop trying. You're a bad idea again, but here I am at your door at 10. Guess I never learned my lesson. You're a bad idea again. Your friends all think I'm over this thing. You're a bad idea, bad idea.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to CSC NA Stream A. We have a wonderful semifinal for you tonight. It is the premier bracket. These players are the top brass, the cream of the crop when it comes to CS, and we are down to just four teams remaining. Two sides left, two teams apiece. We've got the Owls versus the Demons. It's going to be one heck of a match. I'm Amos Kingsnake, and I'm joined by.
I'm Piedmont. Good to be here.
Always good to have you, Piedmont. Well, how are these two teams shaping up to each other? If I remember correctly, it looks like both teams were dragged to map 3 of the quarterfinals. So, and that was against some underdog teams in both of those sides. And one of those matches was very, very close, if I remember correctly. That was the Demons side. Can't remember exactly who they faced off against, but they made it go the distance.
Yeah, the Demons, they were facing off against the High Rollers. They had 2 overtimes in that matchup, split it one apiece, but the Demons were the ones to close out in overtime on Ancient. It was a reverse sweep at best of 3, where the High Rollers took first map, and the Demons clawed back. And
Yeah, they were down quite a bit. Map 2, if I remember.
yeah, map 2. I don't know the exact scoreline. It actually ended up heavily in their favor. 13-6 was the final. I'm not sure how it started. But either way, they made it decisive.
That's just the classic map 2 comeback debuff. Whenever you're so tantalizingly close to getting it over the line and they just snatch it right out under from you, it is very difficult to get yourself back on track, especially on a map like Inferno that's very momentum based. In order to get, if you start off slow on that map, it is brutal to try to get back into it.
Yeah, that no doubt. And interestingly, another thing to point out is that the Owls also dropped their first map in that quarterfinal and were able to win 2 in a row. So both teams are having slow starts in these playoffs. Their first, losing their first map of the playoffs, but both teams able to bounce back and get that momentum going.
Yeah. But what that tells me is that if you're on either of those squads, what you're thinking right now is these Owls, their wings can be clipped. These Ghosts can be excised. We have a way back into this. We just have to hit them where it hurts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, both of these teams have been playing very well all season. The Owls did secure the #1 seed. They had the best regular season. And interestingly, they did have a head-to-head, and that one is really interesting. Let me tell you, the Owls took it 13-3. What do you think about that?
Well, that's a pretty decisive victory, if I say so myself. But we're about to find out if that was a pattern or a fluke, because pretty soon we're going to have a semifinal to watch, to die for, because it's the Ghosts, they're already dead.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. All right, here come the bans. Looks like Overpass is being taken out. I'm sorry. Yeah, Wait, we do have Overpass. I thought
It's
it was Cash.
we have Overpass in the banning phase, but the overlay would display Cash. So hey, you know what?
Okay.
We don't have to worry about it because Overpass is
It's
gone.
gone.
It has gotten the Valve treatment because that has been swiftly taken away.
Yeah, amen to that.
You know what?
Not-
You're free to that opinion. I will say. I definitely don't, not the biggest fan of the shift towards a more pug friendly, as we say, Counter Strike. But you know what? It's what the kids like. Us
Yeah.
boomers, we don't like our old maps. We like some of our old maps. Actually, you know what? Our boomers really like our old maps. That's why we brought Cash back. Anyway,
Yeah.
second ban has come in, and it was in fact Dust 2. Speaking of boomer maps, oldest map in the game. Say bye-bye.
Yep, that one, I gotta say, that one's my favorite.
Dust 2's alright. But I prefer Dust 3 and Dust 4 and Green Dust,
Yeah, there's a lot
otherwise
of
known as
variety.
Ancient.
Yeah. We got a lot of variety now, even if it doesn't seem as such.
Yeah. And then we got radioactive dust coming in next season. You won't want to miss that.
What's radioactive dust?
Cash.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Sometimes I forget that is Chernobyl.
True.
So with the dust ban by Boo, that makes sense. The Owls have 3 wins on dust. They have not lost dust. Oh, they did actually. They dropped dust. Oh, here we go. First
Oh,
map
we got
pick.
Dust 3. Oh,
Dust
yeah.
3.
We got it. Otherwise known as Mirage. That is the first pick. That'll be map 1. And the Demons are going to be able to answer back with one of their own. And they picked Dust
Dust
4.5 and Anubis.
Nice.
And the decider, well, ladies and gents, we've got 3 maps to choose from. 2 of them are going away, and 1 will be staying. I tried, all right?
Yeah. It's
You got to give me credit for trying.
There was a rhyme there. There was a rhyme.
There was a rhyme. I was right on time. It was tricky. Tricky.
Yeah, it looks like.
All right, we've got 3 different colors to choose from. We've got red, blue, and green. We've got the Mass Effect 3 ending select for our last 3 maps choices here. You know, very good choices to pick from.
Yeah, Ancient is the Demon's most played map. They might want to let that through. However, it is the map that they got blown out on by the Owls. So that could go both ways. They have the most reps on it, but the only result they have against this team is pretty bad. So I'm not sure if they're going to want to risk it again. As far as the Owls go, they're a lot more spread out. Dust 2 is their most played map, but that was taken out by the Demons. So they've got 2 reps on Ancient and 2 reps on Nuke, and they haven't played Inferno at all this season. So that's a complete unknown.
Ooh, it looks like green is going away. We all love green over here in CSC. It is the meme, the CSC meme, one of the most played maps. So it's going to be either Inferno or Nuke.
Yeah,
and Nuke it is. Cedar Creek will decide everyone's fate should it be needed on map 3. We have our maps here. Mirage, Anubis, Nuke.
Yeah, I don't like Nuke in Pugs, but in a best of 3 setting, it always seems to slot in quite nicely, whether it's map 1, 2, or 3. I think Nuke has a good place in a best of 3 series, and maybe best place is map 3.
Yeah, unless you're gaming gladiators, of course.
You're right. Well, they didn't have a lot of success on any map.
Yeah, that is a true, unfortunately for them. But we're going to be going... Oh, we can keep going. Thank you.
All right.
All right, so we're going to keep chatting for a bit. Everybody's going to be loading in here pretty soon, but we do have a little bit of time before then. So any other relevant stats you'd like to talk about here, yeah. Mr. Piedmont?
Take a look at the players here. Over on the side of the Demons, they have a bit of a spread from top to bottom. They've got Quack topping the charts with a 1.2 this season. And then all the way down to Soma with a 0.88, bringing up the rear for their ratings. So that's the spread over there. Very similar on the Owls. Void Swan topping them with 1.24, and then down to Majestic V at a 0.88. So pretty similar, all things considered. Both teams are, let's see, the Owls have a 1.06 average, the Demons have a 1.05 average, so not much difference there to think of. And, like I said, both teams had a pretty good regular season. So, if we exclude that regular season matchup between the 2 teams, which was just a complete blowout, on paper, they really seem evenly matched. So I think we're in for a good series.
Oh, absolutely. It will be something to see, though. Gonna have to be a little honest. I do have a little bit of insider information. I am oh man, I don't know if I should be sharing this, but Soma did DM me and he did say he was gonna try to win.
Oh,
yeah, he's gonna try to win this one.
Okay, so, that's a good sign.
That's a good sign. He's gonna try to win. I don't know if I should have said that, but you know what? I just couldn't resist it.
Actually, I was just about to check how Soma does on Mirage, but that just led me into another little nugget of information here. The Demons have never played Mirage.
Ooh, scary. How did they never played Mirage? They must have never queued Face It
I
during their
know.
run.
Yeah. It's
That's
a
like
lot of
half the
green.
map
There's
pool.
ancient, 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 ancient. I'm seeing a lot of ancient.
That seems to be the running theme because that was the most played map of the ATL squad, not ATL, of the USP squad, UPS squad as well.
Yeah, there's not a lot of as a Dust 2 connoisseur, I only got to play it once in this entire season, and it was in playoffs, and I did very poorly. So that made me very sad. I like Dust and Mirage, and I'm just a face it pugger, the pug maps, you gotta love them.
We do love click on head. That is the
Yeah.
dominant CSC strategy after all. You click on the head.
Yeah, I think it was Gabe shared his insight on as the tier goes up, the utility goes down.
It is kind of funny how that works out in CSC, but it
Yeah.
is at the end of the day. What's fun? It's also as the tier goes up, people tend to get a little bit less pressed about it. Feel like premier players a lot of the time they're just here to vibe it out and have a good time. They are trying, of course, but I feel like the lower that you get in the tiers, the more they do try to like hardcore plan and work around it. Because a lot of these players in the higher tiers, they tend to also be playing in ESEA, and that's where the real strats and where the real ferocity comes out.
Oh, no doubt. And yeah, as you were saying about the lower tiers putting in the big effort, I mean that was that was what led Gabe to make that comment. I was actually just spectating the match last night, and I had made a comment about how impressive it was, the strats and the executes that were coming out of, I think it was Prospect, the second lowest tier that we have, and they're throwing, these full site executes. I was very impressed. I was almost dumbfounded at how put together it all was.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really, also, the lower you get in the tiers, the more you can't rely on just your aim to bail you out. You do have to, like, get some extra support. You can't just full on raw aim diff the other guy and just click on his head. Sometimes you got to have some support.
Yeah, when you put it that way, it makes sense, because if the Ts are able to block off some sections of the map and the CTs that are behind it, they're not feeling that aim, it's less likely that they're just going to run through and go for an aim duel, so that smoke and getting that space almost has more value, more tactical value when both teams aren't just top aimers.
True. Absolutely. A lot more whiff potential too in the lower tiers because there's a lot more holes in the game plan. So you definitely don't want to like hedge your bets on somebody, even if somebody is like a good aimer for their tier. There's going to be times where they just absolutely drop the ball. I mean, it happens in the highest tiers as well, but a lot less frequently. You don't see premier players, they get kills they're supposed to get. That's the big driving difference. The lower you go, the more you see kills that you're supposed to be getting, that you're like realistically expected to convert, just not going the way of the person who's in the advantageous position.
Yeah, when we had map 3 last night, we saw a lot of that.
Which, no shame. There's a reason why we have tiers in the first place. Everybody here deserves to feel like they've got a shot. Speaking of which, though, game is starting. 5 seconds until this game goes off. We've got the double dualies purchase on the CT side. We're going to see where the stack goes in towards. It looks like it's going to be 3 players heading towards B, 2A. Classic default setup. Ooh, no. One player decided to cut back, go jungle. But
yeah, they got 3 on A now. They're in a prime position if the Ts decide to execute. Looks like a split. They got 2 coming through the under. Or is that 3? Oh yeah, 3 under, 2A.
No, it's 3. It's 3 on the T side, I believe. Wait, no. What? Oh, there was a... Oh,
yeah, that smoke looked like a person.
That smoke looked like a player. Yeah, not bad. That's the first 6-man T side. It's going to be opened up by Patty. Traded back. But unfortunately for the one remaining CT player who was left solo on the site, he was felled as well. So Kuryu and Quack to get it over the line, and the Owls unfortunately put them down as well. They take the first.
Yeah, that was pretty clean from the Aviary. You know, I would have liked to see a little bit more come out of Capital with those dualies. He had a really powerful position in Sandwich. It just looked like, I think he did some damage to his second target as well, just wasn't able to convert it, and the A site kind of just fell. So now, you know, they're going to go for a full save. They want a good buy next round, so don't expect much, but we'll see what they can do with the USPs.
It's a deadly gun, especially if you soften up the T's like that. A couple of USP kills, but that's all they're gonna get. Kuryu left alone, or no, Aruru, my apologies. Aruru left alone, and he too has fallen. Owls get the conversion, and they're up 2-0.
Yeah, no surprises there. T's just able to, actually, I mean, losing 2, probably didn't even want to do that, but could have been worse. So now we get a full buy for the CTs. They are on 2 FAMASs, opting for a lot of util. They want to be able to stop these rushes if they happen.
100 extra bucks per player does go a long way on the CT side, so they'll be happy with those 2 for frags, especially since they were such a light investment. Standard default setup here, coming out. 4 players towards ramp, gonna be a late A hit. Just a little bit of presence by Toddy, top mid. He's going to double back, and it's going to be a late A hit. Not even going to go for the split, just going to be a full fly out of the ramp and out of the palace position here very soon.
Yeah, and we'll see if that conversation we had earlier comes into play. You know, are these premier players going to play through these smokes, or are they going to respect it?
Looks like they are going to respect. Nade just gets landed right on Aruru's lap. Airstrike comes in, takes him down to nothing, and then he just gets shot once by the Galil. Emil finished off, and remaining 4 demons are just looking to play a little bit of a retake situation. First fight does go the way of Akuryu with the FAMAS. Bests the AK. It's going to be a 4-on-4.
Start. We don't have unlimited time.
Wow. Ooh, but that is a clinical, surgical dispatch of the last 4 players. They all died within a few seconds of each other. They played together, but unfortunately the crossfire was just too strong from the Owls, and they were dispatched, and Demons are on a bad bye yet again.
Yeah, and I mean, that's primarily a function of the A defense getting 0. You know, it was the A retake to get the first kill, and I think that was the only kill they got in that round. So, you know, having to retake against 5 and then 4 is way harder than having to retake against 3 or even 2. So
Ticket player was just hunted down to extinction.
Yeah.
First kill goes the way of the Demons on the pistol buy, but he's created back quickly by... Oh, Majestic got the first kill, then he was traded back. My bad. Ruru's going to go for a little bit of a cheeky lurk, but not sure how much he's going to be able to get done with that. The hits coming in towards mid, and the smokes are quickly about to dissipate. Soma playing inside the smoke, hopefully going to catch someone off guard. Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
they've been stalled out for long enough. This flank might actually go huge if it's uncleared.
Void Swan was watching, he just turned away.
Yeah, Ruru's going for a little bit of a peek. Oh, but he gets turned back on. But he wins anyway. Void Swan's watching him. He gets the kill anyway, but that's going to signal to these Owl players to accelerate, but they're accelerating to their deaths. Swift 1D out of the A defender by... Out of the A defender is traded back, and the last 2 players are swiftly dealt with as well. Very good save round, honestly. That's about all you can hope for. Yeah,
that got very dangerous. That could have even been a conversion if that Valley player would have hit a quick headshot on the Cat player. And I think they weren't ready for Toddy to be in window. You know, they just didn't have the info that anybody had made it up con. I think they were fighting that cat guy. I thought they were both there. But they did a good job of making that close and doing some damage.
And for that, they are going to be rewarded with a full proper buy. Soma is on his op, and everyone else is on M4. He's going to go for a quick peek towards middle, but that cross smoke is going to deny him anything early on.
Yeah, the T's are doing a good job of keeping the CTs guessing. They've pretty much brought out a new look every round. It was A split, then a full A exec, then they had a mid just default, and now here they are in a B
It's just
contact.
walking into basically a free bomb site. They've got one on the catwalk, but once a Kuryu falls, that is going to be it. Everyone is so far out of position, and even Kuryu's not really, I mean, he knows now, but a long time to get that info, and he's just dealt with, sniped out, and that's going to be basically the round, unless some hero plays can come in from the market players, but Demons are way too out of position.
Yeah,
okay, alright, maybe we're gonna get one for freebie here on Waddle. Ooh, but he just doesn't. Unfortunately, Waddle just wins the head-to-head, even with Quack getting the drop on him. Just swiftly dispatches, and that's gonna be the last two Demons heading for the hills. A 2v3 retake, not a lot of space to work with, and that's gonna be Owls getting their 5th off of, like you said, switching it up round after round after round. They get a consolation prize frag on the exit, but not the round.
Right. Yeah, that was some insane awareness from Wado. I don't think he hard cleared Quack, but he had a thought about it, and he was looking in the right direction.
Soma
does
get away with his life, but man, it was a little dicey there for a second. Nearly hunted to extinction, these Ghost players were. Don't think any tactical timeouts have been called out just yet, but might need to switch up the game plan on the Demon side. They are getting outplayed right now, unfortunately for them. They're going to be able to rebuy, but not the best buy. A little bit of a few pieces of missing util, and if this happens to not go their way, that's everything in their bank deleted.
Yeah, they'll be on a save again, and like you were saying, I think it might be nearing time for a timeout. They need a different approach, and even another style change from the Owls here, just making their first.
Soma gets a nice frag onto Fope at the bottom of Khan. He's gonna try to double up. He gets the damage off, but just not quite the kill. Waddle lives to tell him. Lives? No, he doesn't. The nade finds him, blows him up, finishes his meal. Soma gets 2, but unfortunately for him and his teammate, Majestic is here to trade back. It is a 3-on-3. The lurk play out of a Ruru to try to get something from ramp goes nowhere. Void Swan's on the case. There's a 2v2 retake expected. Well, they got bomb ramp though. Okay.
I don't know if Akurio knows it though. It was smoked.
Yeah, it was smoked. I didn't even know it, and I'm casting.
Finds the timing. Yeah, I don't think he knows it's there, but it worked out for him.
Did work out. Just unfortunate. I mean, that was a good lurk play. It worked out in his favor. Finding the player with a bomb there, and just the mid crunch actually came to bite Owls in the butt there at the end, because the bomb was kind of left all alone.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened there, because we saw a Ruru go down. I guess maybe he had gotten a kill just prior to that. I'm not sure how the bomb actually got left on ramp there, but that was the deciding factor. Because the Owls had that site for a while after killing Soma on site. They just, had no bomb to plant.
A tactical pause is coming out, but out of Owls, strangely enough. They don't want to let this little bit of traction that the Demons got snowball into anything bigger. I guess they're just trying to snuff the wind out of their sails, which can't blame them. When you're on this kind of form and you get a little hiccup, you don't want it to turn into a big mistake.
Yeah, you want to ice the kicker. You don't want them coming into this next round off the adrenaline of a round victory. You want to let it settle down a little bit and have them think about, oh, hey, yeah, we're actually still down 1-5, and try to keep them from getting their confidence up.
I mean, look at the money on the Owl side as well. If they lose this round, that's a tough one for their bank accounts. They are slated to lose the next as well. So
yeah, this is
a very pivotal round, even if it doesn't quite look like it based on the scoreline. For both teams actually, because either side, if they lose, they're down to nothing.
Yes. Yeah, this is gonna basically be 2 for 1 either way it goes.
Absolutely. Utility exchanged in mid. No one's finding their mark just yet. Soma effectively neutralized with the smokes. First fight is going to go from Waddle towards the cat player. He's baited in. The window player goes, or the lateral player goes huge, gets 2 off of the bait play from Cat, and that is the B hit effectively neutered. Only 2 players left alive to make something happen to this round. Soma goes wide, though. Can't quite find the op shot. Does, though, on his teammate. Pope tries to help out Void Swan and is swiftly executed, and it's all up to Void Swan. 1 versus 4, position known. 30 seconds left on the clock, and surrounded, swarmed demons take their second.
Yeah, Curio kind of got sold down the river there, but Quack made up for it with a good double kill and a ton of, I think Curio got his molly off, did a ton of damage to the player that made it up Cat. So
yeah, that was a bait and switch. Curio was supposed he was supposed to die there, but he was definitely supposed to get chased, and it worked out perfectly. That was definitely the kind of switch up that we were talking about demons needed to do. I don't think they've gone for that kind of like sacrifice bait and switch type setup before, and Owls bit down hard and lost the round because of it.
Oh yeah, 100%. And now they're on just some upgraded pistols going for a B contact. Quack's in a good position. Oh, the op.
The poor timing out of the nades from Soma. He's gonna get ran down because of it, and they're gonna hand over an op to the Owls attack, and suddenly we've got a round that might actually go horribly for the demons. It's a 4-on-4. Sure, 3 of those players are on pistols, but one of them has the big green, and he's firing. Void Swan gets one, and so does Toddy, but he's traded back. 2 versus 2. So it's all on Void Swan now. 1 versus 2 expected. Position known. And bomb not planted for him. Stick is coming in, and it's easy as pie for Capital to clean him up, jumping through the window. And Demons claw back around that definitely could have gone horribly wrong for them.
Yeah, good on them for not letting that get. I'd say it did get out of hand, but they brought it back. And they needed to if they want to have any chance in this first half. So, very necessary recovery. Still made it expensive. You can see a couple of them. The 2 surviving players still have some money, but the rest of the bank is pretty dire. So it's still not smooth sailing yet.
I like the fast cat aggression from Capital. He's going to get flashed off the angle, but he's going to take the fight earlier than they're expecting. Gets the swift 1-tap onto Pope. He's paid off huge for his little jump. His teammate tries to help from from Connector. Can't quite find anything, but Quack gets yet another, and that is a 3-on-3. But the op player lurks in through the apps and takes down his teammate. It's just a 2 versus 3 with a low HP Quack. How about a no HP Quack? 1 versus 3 to a 0 versus 3. Owls answer back after a 3-round loss streak to make it 6-3.
Yeah, they had the right idea, and they got some benefit out of that 3-man cat play. They had the trades, getting it into a 3v3, but Quack took so much damage coming back from the molly, which ended up not mattering. He died to an op, but the op lurk, which is psychotic, just a single op lurking through B, it paid off huge. So that was a good play from the Owls.
It's not a bad idea to post up your op on a timing on B apps, especially if you know that they're just going for some kind of like light, lazy jump spotting type strat. If you just pluck the player out of the sky, that's a free B site, and then players can capitalize. There's only 1 on site, most likely. Just accelerate and take the free site. But unfortunately, I think the part of the problem with that last round is just that the con player just unfortunately was expected to try to get at least 1 and couldn't. Did get 1 there though, and Soma's here to trade back. Now it's 2-on-2, 1-on-2, all onto the shoulders of Majestic to try to make something from mid, though he is being suspected and he's being held.
There we
Soma takes the kill, and Demons answer back one of their own, 4-6.
Yeah, good job by Soma. He kind of stayed aware of all angles. He got one in con, immediately pivoted to check his Tetris, and there was a player there. He was able to get his gun of choice and post back up on con. It seemed like they had it all figured out there, even with losing some players. It seemed like they were in control of that round, start to finish.
Yet another tactical pause coming out of the Owls. It looks like what we stated earlier has come to fruition a little bit for them. It has kind of gotten out of hand. Now it's a 2-round game. What once was a 4-round game is a 2-round game, and they are on not the best of buys going into this round. So they're going to try to figure out what they want to do. It's not really looking like they can buy next round either if they save. So it's just looks like it's just going to be an all-in with what they do have. But it's not a ton. Only a few rifles, a MAC-10, and a Tech-9 to try to get it over the line in a bit of a Hail Mary play against a fully kitted out Demon squad.
Yeah, it's like you said, no matter how you slice it, it's going to be it's going to be 2 rounds of bad buys. And for the Owls being already on 6, hopefully they're thinking of these next 2 rounds as just huge bonuses if they can get them, because a 6-round T side is already pretty good for them.
Absolutely. But the Demons did come back the other day on their T side, 11 straight rounds. Fast A play comes in from Owls, but it's shut down. Absolutely dismantled. They get a couple of consolation frags back, but it's just onto Void Swan yet again. 1 versus 3 expected, and he's suspected and felled. Demons make it a 1-round game, 5-6.
Yeah, that was another clean one, and they weren't scared of the smokes that time. That AXQ came in, they blew the smokes, they shot through the smokes, and they actually got the kills on the immediate defense, which was the big downfall that they had on their first gun round, was they just let the site go for free. So they were able to correct that, and it was against weaker weapons, but they were able to capitalize on those defensive kills.
Absolutely. And we see the effects of that. It's just Owls on basically no detail full gun round. This is the Pug round. Let's see if the Pug round works out. Just see if they can click on some heads faster. But unfortunately, Akuryu says, no thank you, I'll just shut this down. I've got my teammate here, and we'll dismantle it. It's Waddle, left to clutch, 1 versus 3, but his position's known. His life is mere moments from being taken away. A little cheeky jump to see the shoulder, but it's consolation damage, not even consolation frag, and he is out of there. Demons tie up the scoreline on the final round of first half.
Yeah, you can see how hard that jail position is to deal with. There's no way that Waddle can get out and to actually shoot the jail player without being shot by somebody else, and that's really, that was a great round from who was that?
Akuryu. And
he only got 1 there? I thought he went huge.
Oh no, it was Quack. My bad. Quack got 2. The rotate must have come in. Their names are so similar. I guess I saw Akuryu and then Ruru, and I just combined the 2.
Yeah. Well, either way, the jail player stayed alive the entire round. They had no chance of getting out on that site because he never died. That round never went anywhere for the Owls. So tied up, like you said. We'll see who takes this pistol and gets back into the lead.
It just goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary carries, your life matters. And not just in Counter-Strike. Always remember that.
Always.
B pop, classic Mirage strat. Just superly run at him. Ooh, goes uncleared though. Soma gets a kill, and Aruru does as well. How about 2 from Aruru? And it is a 2 versus 3 retake expected at a Void Swan and Majestic. And they are on the other side of the universe. A players.
Yeah,
they are quickly running in, but
impatient.
They are quickly running in, but they've got a lot of angles to clear. Not a lot of. Okay, Soma's just gonna give him 1 for free. Just walks right into his crosshair, and so the same with Aruru. Tries to trade back and just gets felled, and it's all left to the 1 versus 1. Akuryu versus Void Swan. They are dancing it around, and that's just it. The Demons have won. The stick's not gonna be clean enough. Oh, they do have a kit. It's going to be down to the wire. Just barely gets it. and Owls take both pistols in the series off
That
of
is
a
unreal.
magnificent retake out of the Owls. I mean, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, that I thought he might have had it if he stuck it initially. I thought he didn't have it because he got off. That was incredibly close, and you know the retake off of the Owls is being generous. That was a retake off of Void Swan. He did everything there.
Yeah, that's just a bit of a head scratcher out of Demons. I get that you want to go for a little bit of information there. You don't want to get swung on, but man, they just kind of walked into the ankles and just gave him free kills. Left their teammate hanging out to dry. That's
Yeah,
it's just
three
unfortunate.
1v1s.
I mean, they did get bomb plant, so that's a full buy next round. They've just elected to go with some Eagles here, play a little bit of aim trainer deathmatch, see if they can get something done with them. No util, but yeah, that's definitely a round that they should have had by all metrics. Who gets one on the con player though? A little bit of a spam deagle kill. Whatever it takes to get it over the line, man. Doesn't matter if it's messy. If you get the kill, you get the kill.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean it's just an extra $300 on that Deagle kill. Just you know, extra smoke, extra HE, and you know that you forced one of their players to rebuy. It's about the least you can ask for in a round like this where you just have pistols. So it's nice they got something, but they kind of have a gap here on B. Oh, here comes Swaddle back to pick it up.
Is creeping out of apartments with his burger deagle. He's got the little burger guy on the back of it. Let's see if he can pop the head of somebody.
I think he's been spotted. They're converting.
Yeah, he's been spotted. That's an easy kill for an MP9 to take care of. No armor player, just creeping as slow as you like. Just a quick little tap and a free and a nice bonus 600 for Toddy.
Yeah, and Waddill's going to carry that Burger Deagle into this round. We'll see if he can
fry up some kills, you know?
Disrespect, kill him with their own weapon.
Yeah. First pause coming out of the Demons. It is going to be them trying to figure out the best way to maximize their odds. This is the first gun round for them, and they definitely do not want to lose it because the Owls have been fighting hard on their CT sides.
Yeah, and you know, a timeout coming this early in the half, you know, they don't really have any data to go off of. So maybe they're just trying to determine what their opening move is as far as full rounds go. You know, how do they want, like you said, how do they want to maximize their odds and not let this go to waste? Because, you know, we're nearing that stage of the game where the rounds are running thin. You know, if you have to lose this one and save again, that's Owls to 10, and that doesn't feel good.
How many more second chances do you get before it is the last chance? We're about to find out. We are heading into round 15. Early Molly to keep them at bay from rushing too quickly. It is going to be an A hit from the looks of it. One player mid to maybe try to make some trouble, try to keep some people hanging around towards mid, but the action is going to be happening towards A, and the players are going through. Smokes have been deployed. Fights are coming in towards the A side of the map. Aruru is trying to creep in to go for a little bit of a pincer, but the Owls have elected to just kind of let them have this one for a little bit. I mean, one player stuck around, and it might actually come to bite them. Unfortunately, for the Owls defense, they were picked apart mid and elsewhere, and that is going to be just two players left to try to retake. Okay. First frag goes the way of them, and another. How about another? It's Waddell to win out a 1 versus 2. He knows the position of one, but not quite the other. Searching for that second player, but he is tucked in Palace. Time is ticking down. Only 10 seconds left to try to make something happen, but he clears the wrong side, guesses incorrectly. Akuryu gets the freest of free frags, and it is now a 1-round game yet again.
Yeah, I like the reaction from the Owls. They had a player window and a player con, and the mid lurk was keeping them there, but the window player rotated very quickly to CT to make that defense possible. They just weren't able to execute on it and actually get the kills. There was one from the A defender traded out, and then it all fell apart from there. But they made the right play. They just didn't win their gunfights.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it is about who can shoot who better. He was going to try to spot the player jumping up. He does. Can't quite finish his meal, but Majestic is warded away. That gives him some information, but costs him half his life bar for it. First kill's gonna go the way of Capital.
Oh, wow.
How about a second? Comes from Palace. And that's gonna be a... Well, I mean, they've got a couple players ramp, but the site itself is open and free for the taking. It is being considered, though. Ramp being considered. Even being watched, though. Void Swan and his teammate go up huge, get one apiece, and now it is a 3-on-3. Low HP, though, on both of those players. Two of those players, I mean. And it's just Majestic left alone. All he's got to work with is an MP9. He's dancing around, stays alive for a surprisingly long amount of time. But he is eventually taken out. Gonna shoot their starting pistols. Oh, how naughty.
Yeah, they're excited about tying it back up. And that was not much expected out of the Owls with just a couple MP9s. They did do a good job of making it interesting with that A main push. The player Stairs had the right idea and spotted him, kind of gave up the game for him a little bit early. But it was good on them to even get the 2 kills that they got. Yeah,
and that's going to reward them with not the properest of buys, but they do have a little bit of util, and they do have the op. That's a big ticket item. And this is going to be against not a fully kitted out Demon squad. Still one player on a Mac 10, excuse me. First couple of kills go the way of that Owl defense. It is now a 3 versus 5 expected out of the remaining Demons. They get 1, but that was a Pyrrhic victory, traded back on the other side of the map. It's just up to Capital and Soma to make something of this round. Put the bomb down in the possession of the Owls. It looks like there's not much left of this round. 1 versus 3 expected now. Waddle low HP, same with Fope, but Capital is playing in the snake pit.
Yeah, he's
now
got
his
a lot
position
to
is
worry
known.
about.
Mollied off. He's getting swarmed. Airstruck. He gets the first, though, on the player back site. Folk goes down. Tries to be a little bit cheeky. Finish the job a little too fast. But the flank is so unexpected. And Waddle just takes him down free and easy. And that is Owls taking the lead right back yet again.
Yeah, that was interesting because Boo actually got a ton of space mid. The Cat Opper missed his first shot, which allowed that Mac 10 to get very, very close. But I don't know if it was a smoke break from Khan or just a full spray down. But they were able to just dismantle those mid players through Khan and through window. So it was good on the A players to defend their Opper on Cat even after a missed shot. Because that could have gotten really hairy. If they made it past those bricks, they would have had huge timing onto the B site.
Well, you don't have to worry about things getting hairy. They are ghosts, after all. I don't think ghosts have hair.
I don't know. I guess it depends on...
I'll have to ask Soma. Do ghosts have hair?
A ghost? He has hair.
Enter on your keypads now. 1 for ghosts have hair. 2 for ghosts don't have hair.
Yeah, give us a 1 or a 2.
Yeah. Give us a meow while you're at it.
Let us know if you've ever seen a hairy ghost.
True. It's going to be a bit of a hero purchase out of the remaining Demons. Just some pistols on the majority and Capital on an AK to try to be a little bit cheeky about it. Try to squeak around over the line they really shouldn't be expecting. But, unfortunately for them, defense was a little too strong. Kills 1, 2, 3, 4, and Soma makes 5. All dispatched. Only a couple of consolation prize frags to go the Demons' way back, and it is 10-8. Owls in the lead.
Yep, Boo's doing a good job of staying in it, but they cannot sustain this pattern of just winning 1
of near misses.
2. Yeah. And Capital is the top fragger in the game, so, you know, good to see him having that confidence to make that buy, but they just weren't able to do enough with it.
A near miss is still a miss, ladies and gentlemen. It won't matter how many rounds they get close if they can't quite win them.
Yeah, and already, I mean, 10-8 is, this is Owl's map pick, right? So, he's got to be feeling good this close. Oh, wow, that was a crazy
nice
fight.
little double dinker. Little double dinker out of the Ticket player just shuts him down quick and easy. Quack is going to answer back, though, on that B site, and that is going to be a little bit of space towards B. Not sure if they know on that Al defense that the bomb is in the other side of the universe. Ooh.
I think they've been up there to top mid. They're still... Oh, wow.
Ooh, unfortunate for Soma, but Waddle is firing a little bit better, just a little bit too clean with it, and that is just going to be Quack left alone, bomb down on the other side of the planet, and with only a minute left, that's basically no chance, and I think that just happened to be the bomb getting spotted. They know, we know they know,
Yeah.
and they know we know they know.
Yes,
It's over.
absolutely. And, you know, looking at the clock, we're at 40 seconds now. They were at over a minute left in that 2v3. I would have liked to see them slow it way down, because you could see from the positioning of the CTs that they thought B was lost. They thought the bomb was about to be planted B. So I would have liked the T's to just really, knowing they're in a disadvantage, just slow it way down and wait for a reaction out of the CTs, because the CTs have to do something. They know something's going on, and at the time they didn't know where the bomb was. So they went to clear back through apps, but all Waddle had to do was just sit there in apps, because they already hit his space. But let a few more seconds shave off the clock. Maybe Waddle moves into one of their crosshairs.
Ooh. Fope is close, but doesn't get anything. He's going to be allowed to keep that gun. Quack is, that is. Ooh. But it looks like we've got a technical pause, so we're going to let that tension stew. We'll be right back.
I've been trying to fight the demons in my mind.
Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, tech issues have been resolved. In case you don't know, this is map 1 of the semifinals, Demons versus Owls, and the Owls are 2 rounds away from closing it out. Is their map pick, but that is going to be an early right hook uppercut. Early right hook, potentially leading it into an uppercut if Owls get it over the line.
Yeah, and we're seeing an investment out of Boo. They want to keep the Owls off of 12. They're going all in on this, because if they don't win this, they're still... It's not
quite all
be...
in. Remember, that's a saved rifle. There was no money.
Oh, you're right. I forgot.
That's just a partial investment. They're going to bank on driving this to overtime or onto Quack to do something crazy. Does get the first frag, though, so maybe he's got something to say in this round, but the triple player, unfortunately, he gets timing, gets taken out. Aruru is not able to trade back. Tech9 has failed him, and his life is soon about to be forfeit. His position's known, and they are not giving him a single thing. The flank is huge out of Akuryu, though. Aruru goes down, but Ticket player has still been allowed to live, and that's going to be only a couple of players between Boo and a bomb plant.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Akurio even got into that position. That's a wild timing to be in CT spawn.
Both players have rifles on the defense, so this is entirely possible, and he's been allowed to cross to Ticket. They're allowed to play together. The hit is coming in, the retake is coming in, but it's going to be some gunfights required to win. They're playing high-low. First goes the way of Kuryu. Now it's Toddy's turn to try to make something. Shot goes wide. He doesn't get anything.
Oh,
and
they get him.
that's it. The Demons get it over the line with a silly, little bit of a silly Siller play. Get some pistols out there, because that's all Demons need, and they get 9.
Yeah. I wish we had some kind of replay, because that's still blowing my mind how Akurio is in literal CT spawn, you know, 20 seconds into the round or 30 seconds into the round. And that was like the linchpin of the entire round. That's what it all hinged on.
That's going to force attack pause out of the Owls.
Yeah.
They're stuck here, like, scratching their heads, too. Like, what happened?
I don't blame them. I'm scratching my head.
Bro turned on no clip.
He's doing it sideways.
He did do it sideways.
He did spawn, up ticket.
Yeah. And then and because of that play, and he just wasn't able to be traded back. That's just the whole round going the way of. That's just the whole round going belly up for the Owls. The Demons sneak a silly one over the line, and I mean they've got money to rebuy on the Owl defense. But if they lose this, that is definitely going to be the open door, the red carpet rolled out for Demons to tie it up. So it is an important round to convert.
Yeah, they've got 3 rifles, the MP9 AWP, and 3 players lacking in the utility department, and only the 2 kits. So it's definitely
not even a nade to break window smoke.
Yeah.
You hate to see it. Folks playing the silly angle. I love that spot by the door. It's so, you think you're just standing out in the open, and it's the easiest position to clear, but it really isn't. He's going to elect to move a little bit closer, though, since his partner, unfortunately for both of them, Quack is on the case, clips the wings off of 2 of them. Capital gets another, and that's just the round over and done with in the blink of an eye off of a hero play out of the ramp. Just snipes 2 of them with the AK. Tap, tap, tap. Done. Owls are, and Demons are going to get their 10th off of that.
Yeah, and the Boo crew, they might not want to hunt because their money isn't the best, but taking this M4 out of the hands, I mean, yeah, it could be.
They're begging them to force. Yeah, please force.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, they're going on to 10, and then it might be a force around the M4, which could tee them up to tie and win. You know, if they force around this M4 and lose, that's going to be an open door, like you said.
Bomb is ticking down ever so slowly, coming to the foregone conclusion that we all knew.
Going loud now.
Going loud.
Oh!
I do love the new bomb explosion. I do love glaucoma vision whenever it goes off.
With that new update.
Yeah. Did it actually? Did it blow up?
Yeah. Yeah. Waddle, he mollied Market Door, and then immediately the bomb goes off and puts it out, which allowed the T's to put more pressure on him. He thought he was like safe with that molly, but it instantly got extinguished by the shockwave.
That is really cool. I did read the patch notes, but apparently, unfortunately, like we all know, as longtime viewers know, I cannot read. So
I thought
it's gonna be the 22nd round of play. Sorry, last half of that word didn't want to come out, ladies and gentlemen, and it's just some pistols to go around. Couple of saved guns for the Owls, but they're just gonna go ahead and concede this one and hedge their bets on the next round. Void Swan's got a lot of space though. He's been allowed to go all the way through ramp, but the mid hit might just be coming a little too fast for him to do anything off of it. Folk playing inside the smoke.
Oh, they're going back up top mid, but he's in TV room already.
Oh, wow. He's about to get this. He might get one, but once he's found, it's all ogre,
wow.
as they say. I mean, it is never ogre till it's ogre, but
yeah, that got interesting. But they pieced it together. They figured out that with the Void Swan space and Capital, he's saying, "Hey guys, come A. I got it all cleared out."
Yeah, it ain't nothing there, but a hope and a dream Demon a prayer for the Owls. Voids 1 has been allowed to rotate over. He has enough time, but they're not going to give him anything for free. Capital swings huge from Ticket, just shuts him down, takes away his rifle. Waddle left alone, gets the first though. Now 1 versus 2, gets
What
a
a
second.
shot.
Slick.
Oh my God.
Waddle goes massive, destroys every last one of them, claws the round back, just slashes through and takes it back. And that is L's on match point off of a heroic Waddle. 1 versus 3, spray in the ground. I mean, deserved, kiddo. You freaking did it all on your own with style. Those were some demonic one-taps out of Waddle.
Yeah, that was it was shades of the pistol round as well. It was just they gave him all the fights. You know, they didn't let that timer tick down. It was 3 1v1s, and he hit all 3 amazing headshots.
Yeah, just like, think about it like it mirrors the round that Boo won with the pistols on the 2 versus 3. They played together, they played it smart, and then they go to a 1 versus 3 where they have advantage, and they just decide, you know, let's just give him a chance. And then he takes it all the way to the bank, and it's now Boo Crew fighting to prevent overtime. A bit of a missed piece of util out of Toddy, but not a missed shot out of Waddle. Yet again, getting another frag. Takes down Aruru. It is a 4 versus 5 expected out of Boo.
Yeah, they have window control, which gives them some options to pull at the defense, but it seems like that's known. You know, the Toddy, the opper, he's very wary of this. I think he heard the jump up and he wanted to throw the molly to prevent it, but he knows that he didn't, so now he's just posted on it.
Oh, everything is being held so diligently by the Owl Squad. Those lurks, those cheeky little lurks in CT, well, they're not going to work anymore. They have been accounted for, and Boo Crew are left in a pretty dire situation. I mean, they're only 1 man down, but make that 2. Quack goes down with nothing. Just get some damage onto Void's 1, but no kill, and it's up to 3 players, make that 2, to try to piece together something out of this round, but... Okay. Soma gets 1 back, but Kuryu is traded back, and Soma is felled as well, and what was shaping up to be a tense, close map 1 is absolutely defanged. It defused by a heroic Waddle 1 versus 3, and Demons have nothing left but to lose afterwards.
Yeah, Waddle, he earned his
Earned his
stripes or whatever for that exorcism.
Earned his wings, earned his feathers.
Yeah.
That's going to be Al's take map 1.
Yeah, and we've got... Remind me what our map 2 is?
Anubis, Dust 4.5.
It's in the top left. I see that now. I was pulling an Amos.
True. Remember, I can't read. Can't read, can't count. And because of these stupid little snake legs, I ain't got no legs. I can't walk either, apparently.
You just kind of waddle?
Nah, if I was Waddle, I'd be fragging. But right now, I'm just yapping.
Well, hey, that's our job. It's Waddle's job to frag. It's our job to yap. And that was a good game overall. I mean, it was, you know, with our only data point coming in, a 13-3 blowout. It's good on Boo to actually put up some kind of a fight on the Aviary's map pick. You know, that's we knew it was going to be close on paper. But that 13-3 scoreline was kind of lingering in the back of my head. Like, I hope this doesn't just go to a complete one-sided affair. So I'm glad that we actually got a bit of a back and forth there. It ended up being a pretty close match. And like you said, it could have gotten way more tense if they would have converted that 1v3, going to an 11-11. But ultimately, the Owls were just able to close it out. And, you know, they have a lot. They have to thank Waddle for that, mostly.
Absolutely. Man went up huge. And, I mean, honestly, I felt like I would have taken a timeout after a round loss like that, but there wasn't. I guess the Boo Crew offense, just, they were still in disbelief and shell shock. I would be. That wasn't even just like, it was like, I mean, obviously you shouldn't be peaking 1v1 but like that, but they were like in decent spots. I mean, they were even playing the high-low ticket there, and just like he was just surgical with the shots, just absolutely tap tap tap, gone, blink of an
Yeah,
eye.
that opera that was at missiles, I mean, he had the angle, but we know there's a bit of a CS2 peakers advantage. Regardless, even if it was disregarding the peakers advantage, I mean, Waddle just obliterated him. It was a perfect surgical headshot, like you said. And then, I mean, I think they might have been trying to have the high low because they knew where he was, but I think he was just too fast. He got the one kill on the player under Palace. He just ran out and obliterated that op before the player ticket could really get into full position.
Man, full on activated his Cassidy ult. Pow, pow,
Yeah, he
pow. Just gone.
took flight.
Took flight. The Owl took flight, and they took Boo's chances to make this a 2-game series if they want to win. They're going to have to reverse sweep. But good news for them. It is their map pick coming up next. And much as we are harping on them for kind of letting it slip a little bit, they did manage to make it only a 3-round game towards the end there on their opposing team's map pick. And with both of these teams, it has been the games of comebacks. It has been the games of reverse sweeps. So,
yeah, no
there's
kidding.
still something
I
to
mean,
say.
If the pattern continues, that locks in a Boo win.
True. Win the map, lose the series.
That might have been their strategy. They said, "Hey, let's throw this 1v3. Let's lose out really quickly and get our momentum going starting map 2." Maybe they're like, "Oh, well, we lost our chance to steal this map, so let's just lose it, do a reset and then reverse sweep."
Yeah. We like to call that the old Team Falcons strategy, except the second part is different because they just go on to lose the next game too.
Yeah. That is until they got the GOAT IGL on their team.
True.
The guy that actually knows how to close out a game.
I'm joking. I don't hate Kixon. I just think he was kind of dealt a bad hand.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you supposed to corral those players, man?
I know it's a tall ask. I mean, from the teams that he was IGLing to having like three of the best players in the world is it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Now you can see here that the Owls is this live on the stream? This gameplay? No. Oh,
no, it's just us casters. It's just our profile pictures, our lovely profile pictures.
Well, for those of you that are wondering, you're missing out on some crazy tech that the Owls are inventing. It's completely useless, but they're very dedicated to learning this jump in CT spawn of Anubis.
Ooh, a little bit of a backstab coming in from Void Swan onto his teammate. Quack to get a triple kill in CT spawn. Are they going to be able to respawn in time to deal with him? No, he's allowed to escape. You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, the game is going to start soon, but I think might be taking just a tiny little bit of a break until that happens. So go ahead and grab yourself a drink, get yourself mentally reset, because we've got a series to watch here very soon.
If I'm right, guess my aim was off, the target's out of sight. Would I be better if I left it all behind? 'Cause we could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a way.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary carriers. I hope you're all doing fantastic. It's about to be the start of Map 2. It is underway. T-side is Boo's choice, I believe. No. T-side was forced upon Boo. The Owls elected to start on the harder side. This is a T-sided map, after all, and it is going to be an A hit coming out of the Boo crew. Just a little bit of util to work with. Going to see if they can get the Glock rush to be true. 2 players to defend. See if they've got what it takes.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they can come up with here. With this being their map pick and with them hoping to build back into the series, hopefully they can make this a decisive one. They're gonna want to get ahead early.
Oh, Toddy's
Wow.
just burning down to cinders. He's flashed and just unaware that his feet are set alight, and he's gonna go down with nothing. The sight falls. Unfortunately, the player Heaven is absolutely neutralized entirely by that Heaven smoke. Unable to
he has a
assist his
gas
teammate.
mask.
I mean, he is going to go uncleared, but
Oh wow!
he doesn't quite hit the first shot. Does connect with the second, but his position's known now, and he is dealt with just as swiftly. Demons take their first off of the classic. Ooh, Quack hitting a little bit intimate, shooting the body, showing them that they're not quite done yet. A little bit of spice to start out the match.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah, Majestic, he needed 2 out of Heaven there to get him back into that because the bomb had already lost, 10 or 15 seconds based on that unbelievably long Heaven smoke. So it was really well played from Wu to keep control of that and get all those kills on the retakers as well.
Could be just some pistols to go around for the Owls defense. They don't want to let this game get too away from them, so they're not going to force into it. And fortunately for them, pistols versus real guns, not so nice. He's going to get one
Wow.
answer back with the Yuspa, but is traded back, and Majestic falls soon after. Demons get the conversion slick and easy.
Yeah, we can see Wadil still has a fixation on headshots. Those were some nice shots. Unfortunately, the weapon didn't allow him to get more than one. But he definitely had a good effort, and now they're going to be getting these rifles going and seeing what they have to say against this T offense.
Let's see what a gun round looks like on Anubis. We saw Owls have some masterful form on this map just a little while ago, just a few days ago, a handful of days ago. Waddle's gonna come through the window, goes huge, gets the kill. Quack left absolutely baffled, dazzled, unprepared, and no trade goes back. So that is a 5 versus 4 advantage for the Owls.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Waddle didn't take any damage there either. That's kind of unfortunate.
Quack was just bewildered. Absolutely. Just didn't expect him to be so bold and so brash. And unfortunately for Quack, he belonged in the trash, and in that fight, not a single point of damage.
They do manage to get one back, and a couple of these VT players are low, so actually the health advantage swings back to the favor of the T side, along with the evened up man advantage.
Low HP players on the Owls defense too. This is only a couple of bullets away from going disastrously wrong for them. B-hit's gonna come in and it's shut down by the split. Aruru and Soma both find one, and no answers are given back by the Owls. Smoke deployed in the face of the 2 remaining players, and that is gonna be a save. And Demons continue their streak to 3. Just gonna shoot at him. Get him all the way down to 47, why don't you? I mean, he's not gonna die, but it's not just about winning. It's about sending a message. And that's what Boo Crew are here to do. They're not giving any rounds away for free. Owls are gonna have to fight for it.
Yeah, Waddle with the opening frag ends up being the only frag for the side of the Owls, and he still didn't take any damage. Okay, he goes now. Okay.
Waddle's just unstoppable, apparently.
Yeah,
Waddle's got the moves. He's clean with it. It makes it expensive as all get out for Demons. I mean, I get that you want to hunt, but man, that's just, you're just throwing money away. You're making it that's not. They're gonna have to spend down to very little to make this a possible round. I mean,
that's the story of the day. Just 2 1v1s rather than a double peak. 3-2-1. Let's peek CT or peek T.
There is a little bit of reserve funds on the Boo side, but not a ton now. What was a heavy favor is now only a couple rounds away from being a broke T side. Guess it doesn't matter if you win though. So we're about to see if it does in fact matter. Majestic, perfect cleared, absolutely destroyed. Just walks right into him, pops his head right off. Answered back on the other side of the map onto Kuryu, but Capital answers again. And it is a 3 versus 4 man disadvantage for the Owls defense. One player left to try to hold the tide on B. Does get one, not quite traded back. Ruru does find him, but not before his teammate gets one as well. Void Swan collects one of his own, and it is now a 2 versus 2. Retake is now quite possible for these remaining Owl players, but they do got to get a move on.
Yeah, and Ruru in the smoke here is a huge position. Oh, only gets the one.
Ooh, the trades go back cleanly. He gets one, but gets one of his own. It's all onto Soma's shoulders. Bomb is planted for him, and his position's not quite known. Waddle clears out the dark, but with no ticks, no information, he is well aware that that's most likely a B main defense. Very difficult to deal with, and he does not want to give away the one rifle remaining on the Owls, and that is going to be Demons getting their 4th.
Yeah, and the way he's been playing, honestly, keeping that rifle in his hands is scary for Boo. He's been on fire, just multi-kill after multi-kill. He's definitely locked in, so even though they've got some pretty decent money, they might be lacking some util, but having Waddle on that headshot, one-shot capability could be worth giving up the 1v1, which would have been desperate anyway.
Money is slowly but surely being whittled away for this Boo crew. Only a couple rounds. It'll only take a couple of rounds for them to be bankrupt. So, Owls are definitely banking on that. Quack is going to be flying up Canal. Going to see if he can get any early contacts. Nobody's home at E-Box, though. The 2 CTs playing B have elected to try to go for information outside of B. Ooh, but they're getting...
Wow.
Unfortunately, their play for info turns out to bite them in the butt. They get pincered by the E-Box player and the B main player, and that's just the site falling with little resistance. I mean, the only reason it's even a competitive round is because the Lurk is caught in mid, but that is full control of B for Boo.
Neither of these players has the bomb. I'm not sure where it is. I don't see it on the minimap, but this is turning into a very uncomfortable round. Capital makes it a little bit more
Yeah,
comfortable.
with Capital getting that kill, that is Majestic left alone. 1 versus
Okay, they're
2.
scooping it up now.
Bomb has been scooped up. I don't think anybody knew where it was on that CT side. They were just trying to play for some info. And unfortunately for that Canal player, that was their last chance to get anything out of the round, and he just goes 0 for 0, gets popped. And it's just Majestic left alone to try to save on the wrong side of the universe. Though
Yeah,
Boo hasn't quite sussed out where he is yet, so...
Yeah, they don't want to throw this away with them being split up, and the story of the 1v1s in this match. They're taking their time to try to make sure this is a done deal. Get the bomb down, group up together, and hopefully not let Majestic go huge.
Yeah, Majestic is well aware that it is no longer B, but he's debating whether or not to go for it. Maybe having a little bit of his chat with his team. He's going to just try to play the exit. A perfectly admirable idea. That is 2 players, you don't know where they are, and I don't even know if he has a kit. That is a tough ask, and he's just going to hold on to the gun.
Yeah, and you can see their money. They are on full loss, so everybody's going to be getting a good chunk. But Void Swan is at 0, and so, there's no capability there for a rifle unless Majestic drops it, and if he does, then he's going to be sacrificing util. So, not ideal, but... the loss bonus is at least going to let him get something.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that they teach you in any field, any competitive sport, or just in life in general, is don't make a bad situation worse. Right now, Owls are in a bad situation. Trying to go for a retake like that is just shooting themselves in the foot. It might be hard to watch. It might be a bit, tough to stomach, but you don't want to make your life harder on a hard side of the map already.
Yeah, and you can see Boo's getting some confidence there, taking early B main aggression. They're already through the doorway.
Capital finds the frag, absolutely destroyed. Quack gets one onto Void Swan as well. It's a 3 versus 5. Folk goes uncleared, gets one in the back of
Oh
Quack.
my gosh.
gets 2 off on Soma as well. Just unfortunately for that Boo attack, they were not expecting the flank to come in that quickly because it wasn't a flank. It just was uncleared as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, they were doubled up E-box.
Yeah. That's going to be a 2 versus 3 expected out of the remaining OWL players. One is still lodged into this B site, so if Folk goes huge, he could definitely make this around for his team. Oh, they're not out of the woods yet. He is brought down to half HP. How about 37 HP? Couple of airstrikes coming right in on him.
And they still clear it. Yeah.
And they know, they're just aware that Boo Crew doesn't want to give away this. Demons don't want to make it any harder on themselves either. Gonna clear diligently. They knew what happened the last time. They got a little cheeky with it. Map went away from them. Not this time. They're taking every last thing they can do. They're making every last fight for these OWL defenders as difficult as it possibly can be. And unfortunately for them, they're not quite up to the task just yet. Demons have extended their lead to 6.
Yeah, and after 6 in a row, they have had to rebuy a few times, but look at Capital was into 5 figures. 8,000, 5,000, 3,400 on Quack. It's going to take a couple rounds to break this boot money. So they're in prime position to make this a really compelling half. And, you know, the Owls are still scratching their head trying to figure out what they can do to just get on the board.
Yeah. It's going to be yet another force coming out of that Desperation MP9 now play. Might work out well for him. Void Swan gets 2 for his trouble, shuts down that early canal pressure. Basically, I mean, he had a teammate, but teammate not necessary. Void Swan, hero of the show, and makes it a 2-man advantage for Owls for what feels like the first time in this game. Quack to answer one back, though. Gets the refrag. Gonna try to fight into E-Box, but Void Swan's on the off angle, catches him with his pants down. That's a 3K out of Void Swan. Aruru to go through middle, finds the kill on the mid lurker, but it's Toddy holding the line with the op. He is being suspected, but ooh, Toddy just drops the ball, and with that, the A site falls, and what was a hero play out of Void Swan, making it an easy round conversion, just absolutely slips through their fingers.
God.
Aruru, it just gets another, and it's just up to Fope. That was a 3 versus 5, and they couldn't convert it. Just Owls let it slip. I mean, it's not quite done yet. Maybe they've got something left. Maybe Fope's got something to say. It's a 1 versus 2. He's not out of it. He's out of it. And Demons take their 7th.
Yeah, and you can see it really feels like Boo have learned from their mistakes on Mirage, where they were almost in a position to actually steal that map, and now it's as if it's like they have a grudge against themselves. It's like they're playing it so perfectly. Now they're looking to 13-0 to make up for some of the mistakes they had on Mirage.
Just brutalization. Leave the poor boys alone. Haven't they suffered enough? Not yet, says Boo Crew. We got 6 more rounds to win.
Yeah, I think that was a war crime. What happened to Void Swan in camera there? He had like no health and just gets
absolutely airstruck. Oh my goodness!
Oh my
Window player just gets crept up on, absolutely destroyed. Caught looking the wrong way. Man advantage goes the way of the Demons yet again. That last round was just a fluke, they say. That man advantage, we don't care. Those fights, we don't care. We're just going to win anyway. We're going to win. We're going to make it effortless. And that's what they're doing right now. It's a 2 versus 5 expected out of Owls, but I don't think they got it in them with the form they've been showing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so clean.
Just got them all boxed in, got them sussed out. I mean, it's like they got the mini-map open. They're just that aware.
And what's crazy is they didn't take a single point of damage until that last fight. They were all 100 HP until Capital has that firefight right there.
I mean, we do say that it is a T-sided map, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary carries, but we don't mean this T-sided. This is brutal. This is hard to watch if you're an Owls fan. I mean, they do have a map up, so I mean, what's looking like not going to be very much longer.
Oh my gosh.
But they're not letting that cheeky window play slide again. Oh, Capital so aware. Quack is so aware. Everyone's so aware. It's just up to Waddle and Majestic. I mean, Majestic gets a consolation frag back with the MP9, but bomb's gonna get planted. They're down 2 people, and that's gonna be very likely another round for Boo. Majestic is still flying around corners, though. He's got another one. Teammates felled, though. Or no, he's felled, and it's all up to Waddle, though. Waddle has been the champion of 1v3 clutches, but I don't think this one's going to go his way. He is getting flanked.
Oh, and
he does not have very much position. Kuryu is spotted and taken out because, you know, he was stomping the whole way, letting the whole universe know that that flank was coming in, but with Waddle's position known, he's going to head for the hills to try to keep the AK, and that is going to be Boo 1 round away from double digits, 9 in a row.
Yeah, and at this point, even with the 3 rounds remaining and the money that the T side has, they're not going to have to save no matter what happens. So if Owls
they could buy 5 autos, then they might have to save.
Yeah, I'd like to see that actually. I wish that could come to fruition.
Yeah, they could buy 5 autos, 5 M249s, a Deagle, a Zeus, and I don't know, a retake off, and then they would have to.
Over
then
to
they would be able to buy.
Coach, let them know we want to see 5 autos.
Fast canal play. They're just Owls is just so declawed right now. They don't even want to try to go for that window peek. It's like, you know what? You can have your stinking canal. And Boo's like, yeah, we'll have your stinking mid for it. Akuryu opens up yet again on mid. Majestic answers back on the other side of the map, but mid has fallen. It's just up to the lurky lurk and the smoke, and they just... No, Waddle. Unfortunately, he had the same idea, and you are taken out. The smoke lurky lurk plays into the favor of Boo, and it's just the Owls will drop it like flies. I mean, that's a consolation frag answered back and take by Majestic, but he's going to get felled by Capital, and his teammate is left all alone. Void Swan expected to 1 versus 3 from Z, though he is not quite known yet. He's about to be, though.
Not again.
Ooh, all right. Void Swan gets the first onto Soma. We might have a round here. Kuryu is low, and Capital is a 1 tap away from being felled himself, but they've got a crossfire set up. And Void Swan's not quite sure where both of them are just yet. He's going to try to make something. Going to try to volley off himself, but Akuryu just gets him in the back, uncleared from storage, and Demons extend their streak to 10.
Yeah, that was a pretty good setup. You could tell by his body language that he was thinking they were both A main, because if you remember, they also have a data point from 2 rounds ago where they were doubled up main in a 1v2. And the bomb was planted for main, so it was just a really good misdirection, really good for Akuryu to take that heaven position and just hang out, you know, not watch Z, because it just set him up for a guarantee.
So they elected to double up mid early on the Owl defense. I mean, they did last round. Oh, no. I mean, Quack gets traded back, but, like, that fight for that mid-window player, it has not gone his way for basically the entire game. There was the 1 round where he gets the kill from window and gets unanswered, but then Quack learned from the mistake and just absolutely slaps him down every single round since. Akuryu gets one of his own, Soma also gets one, and it's just yet again brutalization from the Boo crew. It is 2 players remaining on the Owl defense, very quickly set to be 0 as the Boo crew is haunting them.
Yeah, they are
left all alone.
You know, it's kind of a well-known fact in this game that a 1-for-1 trade favors the T side. So Quack getting the mid player and then instantly traded, that still puts Boo in an advantage, especially on an already advantaged map. Whoa, what a shot.
That was a nice shot out of Void Swan. I mean, he's low, but I mean, at this point, you gotta be happy that you're even winning some duels. This is just sad to watch.
Not another one. Okay.
Oh, the nade nearly dumps him, but no, but so disciplined out of Boo. Nobody's peeking for that fight. It's a 3 versus 1. Nobody wants to be, you're up 10 rounds and nobody wants to be the hero. Actually, the discipline is unreal right now. This is like a completely different Boo crew than we saw from the first map. They were throwing away rounds that were just like handed on a silver platter. In this game, they're just like treating it like, all right, boys, not a singular step out of line. We will kill them, we will eviscerate them, and they are being eviscerated 0-11.
Yeah, they're getting the early picks, and they're just using that to take insane space all over the map, winning all their duels. And it's just, I think this might be the first opening pick I've seen since the Canal
We've seen
play.
there was the one round where they had the 3 versus 5 man advantage, and it still didn't go their way. But this round looks like they're avoiding the 13-0. I mean, if they drop this round, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to stomach, but they're not going to let that one slip. Let's see a Capital 1v5 clutch.
Not quite.
Well, I mean, in the 1 versus 5, you do have to at least get the first frag. You got to get the first frag in the 1 versus 5, or else you're definitely not getting it.
Well, let's talk about it. Does AVI have the momentum now? They won the last round of the half. Is this a sign of the times?
I mean, if Boo Crew drops this, I mean, it could. I mean, it is the tougher side, but man, I mean, who would ever see an NA team lose this many rounds in a row? I don't think that's possible, right?
Well, are any of the Owls players German?
Oh, damn. I think Waddle sounds kind of German.
That does sound like a German name. Okay, we
That
might
does
be in
sound like
big
a German
trouble here.
name.
We might be in big trouble here.
We might be in big German.
Big
Quack.
German.
Big German coming in.
That's Waddle's new nickname. Waddle Big
It's
German.
the Big German. Fast play coming in, and Voidswan's gonna get his first frag. Not even a lick of damage answered back onto him, I don't believe. I know he's brought low, but Boo is dismantled. Pistol round goes the way of Owls, unless Quack and Aruru want to team up and win this 2 versus 5. I don't believe it's very possible. Especially not whenever the Dualies players just dance and
A knife kill.
Quack!
Get Leadify.
Stabs him. Get Leadify. Get Leadify indeed. Owls get their second round of the game, and it's the pistol.
I wonder.
Hey, you
That
know
knife
what?
kill.
We'll all be looking back and laughing at this if they do come back. You know, it'll be a funny haha time, you know?
Yeah, I was wondering if Quack was going to leverage that $1,500 to have them buy up with the huge round advantage and just try to completely disrespect the Owls, but it looks like they're going the safe route, and they're going to probably get that off out early for Soma based on the Quack.
Like I was saying earlier, this is a different Boo Crew than we saw in that Mirage game. I think that the Boo Crew from that game might have forced around, but they saw what happened when they got a little too big for their britches, when the ghosts got a little too big for their haunting grounds. They tried to step outside the haunted mansion, and they were in fact shut down by the proton packs of Owls in the last game. So this time they're wearing their anti-ghost underwear.
Ah. And what is anti-ghost underwear made out of?
Force Spies.
Ah. Interesting.
So
And
they're
actually,
anti that because they're buying properly. Although, even with the save round, it's 3 FAMASes to go around just so they can get some extra util. I mean, I'm going to be honest, folks. The FAMAS, it gets a bad rap. It used to be bad, like, a long time ago, and then they buffed it like 17 times, and now it's, like, not bad. It's basically like, it's like an MP9 that you can use long range.
Yeah. That's more than 30 damage headshot.
Yeah. And it looks cool, don't you think? I think it looks cool.
I like my skin. What skin?
Yeah,
do you
it's
have, Moss?
it's got the rainbow on it, and as we all know, rainbows are cool.
That's true. I was gonna say it's interesting. We got Quack on the op, not Soma.
Hey, if he's feeling himself, let him give it a shot.
Yeah, Soma
Or 5
is
of
the
them.
lowest fragger on the team, but maybe he just needs that op to.
Quack has been like the king of Canal, though. He's been playing really well towards there. I mean, we gave him a little bit of a hard time when he lost that first duel, but he's been just winning it out ever since. So, you know.
Yeah, like you said, it was like he learned from it and just like completely turned it around.
Man, AVI, they have like nobody's fouled, but like they're just taking it so slow. Like you could see just the absolute brutalization of Boo has done to their like mental and their confidence. That's 25 seconds, and they're just now thinking about going for a peek towards B. I mean, obviously you don't want to like overcook and like ruin around, but man, they just don't want to do anything. And like, look at that, they just get shut down. It's like it's nothing. Like it's just Waddle left alone, and yeah, I mean the flank's coming in from mid, but like that made it seem like there's just nothing to them. They got shut down, absolutely brutalized.
Oh my gosh.
Pistol fight coming in.
What's happening?
Demons.
If he goes out after time.
Oh, that would be brutal. But he is going to be allowed to keep.
No!
He's not! Oh,
no,
man.
no.
That's a rough one.
That after round timer was so.
No! Majestic, no! Oh, no, Majestic.
Was it just me, or was that after round timer like 3 times as long?
Yeah.
I feel like the game just screwed him there.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna take it's a technical pause, so we're gonna be right back. But man, what a thing to chew on. Be right back.
We can find a way. We can find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We can find a way. We can find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We can find a We can find a We can find a way. Just take my hand. We'll leave this place behind. No second chance. I know there's more to find. 'Cause we can find a way. We can find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We can find a way. We can find a way. We can find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We can find a way. We can find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We can find a
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to what is shaped up to be Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby. We've got the Demons absolutely brutalizing Owls on map 2. First game suggested that it was going to be a close series, but if the form of this one is anything to go by, it looks like Demons, the Boo crew, are just taking candy from the Baby Owls. This has been a brutal beatdown from Soma's crew.
And Amos, do you remember that scoreline from the regular season on Ancient?
Wait, which one?
When these two teams faced in the regular season, the scoreline was 13-3.
13-3. That would be poetic justice, but this isn't green dust. This is like dusty dust.
Yeah. It looks like
Skills going the way of Boom, just throwing it off. They're gonna try to find themselves with smoke, but unfortunately for them, Famoses are firing at all cylinders. It's all up to Toddy to try to win the 1 versus 3. He's gonna plant inside the smoke, just desperation to get the timer ticking, but 3 demons are haunting him. And nade lands nearby, and His life is extinguished, and that is going to be a 13-3 victory. Ooh, a little bit of a love tap out of a Ruru. You know, just showing a Kuryu, you know, that was on me. That was all me. Not really, ladies and gentlemen. We all love each other here, platonically.
Yeah.
What a game. What a game to watch. That was definitely, that was the Owls being, the wings were clipped. They were shot out of the sky. Not a good look going into map 3. They're definitely going to have to find a way to shrug that one off. That is 13-3. Owls get a handful of rounds to their name after suffering an 11-round loss streak to the Demons on their T side.
Yeah, and coming up on map 3 of Nuke, this could be very interesting. I'll tell you this, both teams have played it twice, and both teams have won it once. So very even matchup on paper.
Both teams have played it twice, but we are soon about to see who will pay the price of the championship. That means they
Yes.
lose, I think, if they pay it,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, pay? Yeah, the loser pays.
Yeah, the
For
loser
dinner,
pays.
I think.
For dinner. I mean, apparently owls are on the menu for dinner if you're the Boo Crew. But wait a minute.
Yeah.
Ghosts don't eat. I think they still have a chance. This is a game.
I think my head hurts.
Your head hurts?
Yeah.
You know
we're
who
getting
else's
too
head
far.
hurts? Those 3 players that Waddle one tapped in the clutch. Their heads were hurting pretty bad after that. They
it's a
spent a
good-
whole game venting the frustration about it, and what a game that was. Absolutely a vented frustration match.
Yeah, it's a good thing owls can turn their head 360 degrees because their heads are spinning after that. You know, they chose to start CT and it was just disastrous.
True. They're like, guys, let's come back on the hard side. You ain't got no rounds to come back with. They only need 2 more.
Yeah, they needed a lot more than they got.
Yeah. They got the pistol round and the conversion, but nothing else. We are heading over to Cedar Creek to determine what is going to be the victor, who is going to be the victor of this series.
I heard there's some creeps that live here.
Some creeps?
Yeah.
Well, at least they're not toxic, because that's no longer on the map.
Yeah.
Can we pour one out for toxic, ladies and gentlemen? Everyone's favorite position that was totally unnecessary on B site and made it terrible, but we loved it anyway.
Can we get the railing back from heaven to overlook outside?
Can we get back the whole map being wall bangable, so every time you played against someone with 5,000 hours, they'd just shoot you from spawn and kill you instantly? Good times.
Rounds over before anybody sees anybody.
True. That was the best part. That's what people will say with a straight face and mean it.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, game is going to be starting soon, but I think it would be in everybody's best interest to try to relax for a second while everybody's still connecting. Go grab a drink of water, go take care of yourselves, because both teams have got fire in their belly, I would think, especially the Owls. This is their time to answer back, so...
Yeah,
you
you guys better
drink?
get mentally prepared because this is going to be an absolute banger.
Absolutely. A flashbang. Or even. We'll see
Might
you when you get
some
back.
Of those.
Yeah.
We can find a way.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope your break was fantastic. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Friendly reminder that you are important and your life matters. But we've got a game coming up right up. Map 3.
Oh my gosh, please.
Huge absolute shutdown by Quack. A couple of his teammates are traded back, but the damage is done. It's all up to Waddle to try to win yet another 1 versus 3, but he is brought low. Ooh, Waddle's just taking heads, but he's not expected to clear back sight. No, come on, Capital, there he goes. Man, Waddle's just yet again some love tap body shots from this Boo crew. Absolutely just showing them, actually, you were never even a player. There was never even any chance. But Waddle, man, what a guy. The clutch demon making these rounds as close as they possibly can be. Whew.
Yeah, and we got Boo coming off of a huge momentum, huge win on Anubis. Now they're starting on the preferred side of Nuke, and they get the first pistol, so we'll see just how far they can go and just how long this momentum can carry them.
Owls electing not to make a bad situation worse by force buying. They're just going to go ahead and save just a couple of upgraded pistols to go around, but looks like they're just waiting to lose here at this point, for this round at least. No armor going up against the full second round anti-eco of Boo Crew.
Yeah, we've seen some of these pistol rounds get a little dicey. Nuke is kind of a harder map to make that happen. I mean, you could rush ramp, you could rush A, but, you know, spreading out in a default is going to be pretty tough unless one of these players gets it.
Ruru finds the first under Void Swan. Can't get traded back. Fope unable to get anything going for his trouble. Capital to find one of the Majestic on the other side of the map, and it's just 2 players left being hunted down one by one. Waddle, I know we've sung your praises, man, but I don't think this is a clutch even you can do.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to scope out the B bomb site for a later round.
Okay, all right, he's not dead yet. He's got a chance. He's got a chance. You know what? You let him live, he'll get some kills. But I guess the answer to that is just don't let him live. Waddle has been taken down. I think they just shot his body yet again. Sprayed on the corpse, too. Absolute disrespect coming out of this Boo crew. They're here to say that we are coming for your chance at the championship. Absolutely brutalizing the Owls, continuing to do so.
Yeah, they're doing some haunting things on these after these rounds are over. Just absolutely scary.
Scary, spooky, scary skeletons. Can you have a ghost without a skeleton?
I think all ghosts have skeletons.
They have been skeletons. You know, we're all skeletons.
Yeah, skeleton in the ground, and the ghosts are flying around.
True. Hey, I like that. That rhymed.
Yeah, that's just for you.
Speaking of rhyming, this outside hit might be going like poetry for the Owls. They have managed to creep down. There are a couple of Boo players to try to defend against this. Or just, well, no, just one. Majestic, or Akuru, all alone with the MP9. Try to shut down this potential B hit. Nobody's biting just yet. Owls are taking their sweet time. Minute left on the clock, and no one has really made too aggressive of a move on either side of the map just yet. But with that time ticking down, they do have to try to do something very soon.
Yeah, he's got the Starlight Protector. I don't know if it's enough to protect him against 3 AKs. That's kind of a tall order, but we'll see what he can make happen with it. It could be a pretty big spray down.
True. Oh, and he goes fishing for info, and he gets blasted off of the server. That's going to be Owls accelerating towards B. Aruru all left alone to defend. Can't get anything going. Famos fails him, and that is going to be a free and open B site for the taking for the Owls. 3 versus 5 expected. How about a 2 versus 5 expected out of Boo? Probably going to be a little bit too much to ask for, especially as Void Swan is just clicking the heads of every last demon. All up to Soma to try to win a 1 versus 5. Don't think he's got quite in it. Don't think he quite has it in him. Gonna just look to try to get any kind of exit frag, any kind of exit pressure. Might not even get to keep this Famos at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Owls, the opening volley has been 2 rather than 11, so that's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, 2, as we know, is a smaller number than 11.
Yes.
I think. It's 2 1s, and that's like kind of like a 2. I think.
Yeah, 1 is smaller than 2, but I don't know if 2 1s, 2 1s, or 1 2.
If you're the 1 to 2, the 1, is it too much to be the 1?
And the score is 2 2 1, or is it 2 2
2 1.
2 1 2? Huh. Let's move on.
Guys, I
We
think
got
we
another
figured
round
out
coming
the
in.
I think we figured out the secret to life right there. It's gonna be a 4 spy out of Boo Crew. A few rifles to go around, but not everybody is looking too hot. One player, Akuryu, is on a shotgun. I think that's what they're called. Never see him in these games very often, but the XM does pack quite a punch. But maybe not quite enough of a punch for his teammates to win it out. The A site falls. It's just on Akuryu from Vent, not Hut, to try to make some.
Oh,
Ooh, but the aim is
one.
true. Blasts Toddy out of existence. Wapow absolutely nails him. Makes it a 3 versus 3 from Hut and keeps the space for Boo. But with the smoke going down in Aruru's face, looks like they're running out of time to make this retake happen.
Yeah, they do have kits in play. It's still about halfway done on the timer, and they haven't found anybody yet. They have some ideas. Another shotgun!
Another one!
Oh my god.
Third! It's all onto Akuruyu's shoulders. Oh, and he
my
can't do
gosh.
it! Majestic from the fake vent takes him down. And Owls shore up the scoreline. But man, what a nice 3K out of Akuryu. That is... I mean, he just kind of let them all peek into him one at a time. They just thought, you know, it's a shotgun. We'll just pre-aim him. Nah. Blast him out of the server.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive to get 3 on the shotgun there, and he almost pulled it off, but the time was just a little too low, and the aim was a little too true from the other player.
Yeah, Majestic, hero of that round for the Owl side. He gets 2 from fake vent. That's a position that's really kind of a one-and-done spot, but he makes it work for 2 and gets it over the line. And Owls are set to take the lead as Demons have elected to save on just some pistols. Gonna go ahead and hedge their bets for the next round instead.
Oh my!
A couple of 5-7 set to receive this lower hit. Ooh, another bait and switch. Let's see if it pays off huge, but nope, they're aware. They're gonna clear. Diligently,
Impressive.
not falling for it yet again like they did on Mirage. Absolutely blasts the other player off the server, clears him slow, takes him down. Angle advantage, easiest kill of your career, some might say. Gets the little bit of damage on the player hitting upper, but it's just a Kuryu left alone with only a pistol to his name and nary a chance to win the round.
Yeah, that's gonna give us the Owls in the lead for the first time since Mirage.
Oh, no, Nico coming in from heaven.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, but it's
God.
not an absolute disaster. He does at least get 1.
He's trying to be a little sincere. Gets taken out, though.
It's taken out. At least they get 1. You know, if you know what, we can't agree if 2 is bigger than 1, but we can at least agree that 1 is bigger than 0, right?
But 0 is wider than 1.
True. That is a true.
0 is physically bigger than 1. We can agree on that.
Well, not if you draw it like the fancy way when it has like the tail and the platform.
Okay. You lost me. I haven't seen a platform.
You know how sometimes you draw the 1 with the little like stool at the
Oh, you're
bottom?
talking about the 1. I thought you were talking about the 0 tail in the platform.
No.
Yeah, the fancy one.
Fancy one. Speaking of fancy ones, it's going to be a full buy, but unfortunately for them, it's not going to be a very fancy buy. The low util to work with on the Demon side, and the first frag goes the way of Owls on the attack outside. Void Swan gets the swift one-tap on the player playing towards Glaive. But it is a double setup. Akuryu has played full Joker, gonna let his teammate go down and not present himself just yet. Gets a kill, gets two.
Oh my
Gets
god.
the whole darn squad just absolutely shut down. Massive Joker play out of Akuryu, and the other player from Mini shuts them down. They were completely caught off guard by the second player, and the gamble paid off. Demons are set to get a tied-up scoreline off of a heroic outside play. Unless Waddle, the champion of the clutches, has something to say, but unfortunately the spray goes wide. Aruru spins the Talon knife, and Demons get their third.
Yeah, that was masterful from Acurio. You know, even with the M4A1, less bullets, still manages to get 3, and then the 4th comes in from Quack to help him out. That was...
He doesn't even die for it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they lined up for him. Those last
Yeah.
couple of owls were lined up, but man, just having the wherewithal to, like, guess where the other players are on that outside crawl absolutely catches them off guard on that hit.
Yeah, it was some nice shooting for sure. And then the Owls do have an opportunity to rebuy. Both teams money on the brink here.
Absolutely. Soma is going to be on the up, playing solo towards ramp. Everybody loves a good ramp player. First frag is going to be found by Aruru on Blitz 1, but Waddle goes huge, gets a 2K, but Aruru, yet again, the outside demon, shuts them all down by himself, gets a 2K, and makes the round just a free and easy demon win. It's just one frag away from making it from Demons Collective yet again, and it's going to be found by Quack. Majestic, Feld, Demons get the lead 4-3.
Yeah, the outside demon is an outside demon in this game. It just unbelievable plays from Aruru. Being dynamic as well, like he said. I mean, they had the bait and switch 2 rounds ago, and then this time he's in secret, and he's able to just be so dynamic there. I think another 3K for him.
Yeah, your yard player, nuke games, nuke defense is won or lost on the shoulders of your yard player if they go outside, or your ramp player if they go ramp. And right now they are playing towards outside, primarily on Allen. And, monster shot onto Void Swan. Absolutely shut down by Capital. I mean, granted, he was only on a pistol, but man,
yeah,
absolutely destroyed. Marshmallow player is still there, but clicked, done, dispatched, dispelled, destroyed. Thought he'd answer one back, but that's all he's good. That's all he's good for at the point at this. One is all he's good for. He's gonna go ahead and fall back and try to regroup with his teammates inner. Maybe go for a late ramp hit. Soma is gonna be tested on the up. Ooh, is baited out. Tension gets to him. Can't quite find any kills with the up, and nobody on that outside is brave enough to try to re-peek into.
And the Demons actually don't have anybody down here. They might get a bomb plant.
They were kind of just banking on that A side of the map and on Soma, and Owls are going to be allowed to plant for free. Ooh, Pope gets a nice frag with the Deagle on the retake, but it is still a man disadvantage for the Owls. Still on just pistols. And the Demons are hungry. They're hunting. Majestic being hunted himself. He's about to get flanked, and Soma clips the wings of Majestic. Ooh. That guy's not supposed to be there. Toddy goes huge, gets a frag, and he's allowed to get away, and he mollies bomb too. This could be a wrap. He's getting chased down. Absolutely dispatched. Defuse is going to come in. But, man, what a closer than it should have been round for the Demons.
Yeah, they found the gap, and I was going to praise Soma, actually. All that noise outside, and he just stayed steadfast on the ramp, but yeah, that also means he needs to hit that shot, you know, otherwise they get down and they find the gap and they get that bomb plant, you know, when they really shouldn't have. So kind of some good and some bad there.
True. They're at least going to be able to keep most of their guns and healthily rebuy, but they've allowed Owls a economic foothold to at least get a proper buy on this 9th round of play.
Outside pressure from the Owls, this time with guns, and this time the CT is actually playing it a lot more passively.
Yeah, stack is towards A site, but outside is where the real action is. Ryu gets one onto Fope and is not traded back, is allowed to escape with his life. Not the best start for the T side. Toddy does answer one back, eventually, so it is a 4-4. Ooh.
Wow.
Trades yet again. Just 1 and 1 it's been for this round. Just one answer back, one answer back. Aruru is tested and does not quite get it over the... Or Kuryu, my apologies, is tested at ramp and does not get it over the line and makes this a 2 versus 2 retake. The Shadow betrays Majestic. Absolutely felled because he just gave that player so much time to react, and it's all into Void Swan shoulders from double door. The stick is coming through. This cross is being held, and Demons get the 6. Man, there's just so much animosity out of that Boo crew. They're just shooting every dead body they see.
Yeah, and this time Soma redeems himself with a nice shot on the held angle, and that was pretty well played from the Boo crew. Like you said, the Shadow betrayed that single player who was already low HP, and now the Demons are in a pretty good lead. Yeah, with the BNCT side, they're gonna want more than 6, but they're feeling good, and see the buy on the T side is not that good either.
They're at least set to collect. They're in a good position to collect those final few rounds. Hole is shot through. Oh man, the hole ends up working against the Owls. They shoot through. I think they shot that hole in the door themselves, and it just allowed the Opper to absolutely pluck the wings off of the player towards Squeaky Door. Absolutely blew him away off of the server, and it's yet another man advantage early for the Demons.
Yeah, they were able to collect that gun though. Now all their players have rifles. I think one of them was on a pistol previously, so not all is lost. This isn't an impossible round, but you can see they're really low on util, so they're gonna have to win some aim moves to get anything going.
Flash coming. Aruru goes huge. Nice tap out of Aruru. He is sticking around though, and it costs him his life, and he gives up ramp. I mean, I know you're like feeling yourself, but man, I feel like you shouldn't be taking that fight, but it doesn't look like it's gonna matter too much. Quack has got his one of his own, and it's now 2 versus 4.
Yeah, and at least Aruru did 87 damage to Fope, so he's a walking dead man walking into the crosshair here.
Quack gets the first and brings Majestic low. 39 HP to work with, 35 seconds to work with. Gonna try to quickly drop down the vent, but he's making all the noise in the world, and every demon in the world is hearing this and is ready to stop. Shoots him right in the side, and Demons take their 7th.
Yeah, we can see some of that scary form coming back into play here from the Demons, where they are just seeming so disciplined and so locked in.
I asked myself who would win in a fight, a Noctowl or a Gengar, and it looks like Gengar is pulling ahead right now. Demons are absolutely frying the Owls. Everything they try to do is just not going well for them these past couple of maps.
Yeah, and they're electing to force again. Another 5 rifles, no util, low util.
Soma is so clean with it, absolutely blasts Majestic off the server. Made it look effortless. Holding that line, it is always tough to try to go for that early fight, especially if the guy holding you is the AVP.
Look at the aggression. Oh, they get caught out.
They get caught out by Void Swan, but Void Swan's traded back for his efforts, and Akuri is allowed to escape. It's 3 versus 4 man disadvantage for the Owls. Second verse, same as the first. Man disadvantage has been the name of Owls' game basically this whole half. Will it turn around for them? They do have a minute left to play with, and they have a little bit of space towards outside, so maybe they can get something going. They are allowed to sneak down lower. Time is ticking down further, and there is a player to receive, though. Go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, this time Demons have a Curio here. Low on health, though.
Yeah, but he's playing a headshot angle. Doesn't matter if he's got 100 health or 0. Or, well, I mean, it matters if he has 0. That would mean he's dead. But... And you don't want him to die, because then they would take the bomb site.
Yeah, he has some backup now. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the shoulders spotted. Waddle takes a free and easy frag from the on the player outside, and now that is Gonna be a bit of a scramble to play for some info here by the Demons. Bomb is gonna get planted for free on the A site. The gamble towards B has not paid off. Soma's low HP, but so is Fope. So we'll see who comes out on top on this retake. First kill goes the way of Waddle. Second goes the way of Waddle. Is he gonna get another one? Come on, Waddle, get one more.
Ooh,
Nah, Toddy's gonna punt it over. Toddy's gonna punch it over the line. Or punt
Yeah, all
it.
3 of those T players ending up very, very low. Could have been a different round, but they were able to kind of manufacture that gap off the pick in Big Garage. Like you said, the CTs were gambling B, and for a while they were correct, but the pick allowed them to pivot back to A and just make that kind of a stolen round.
Yeah, it's
I don't
not
think
even
they
a
were
competitive
favored there.
round for Boo Crew. We have yet another technical pause, though, so we'll be right back when that is resolved, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary carries. We have resolved our tech issues. In case you're just tuning in, it is map 3 of the semifinals, Demons versus Owls. And by the looks of things, both teams are not quite out of it just yet. Scoreline might read 7-4, but as anybody is aware, as people who play this game are aware, must be aware, Nuke is a CT-sided map, so this is a standard affair either way.
Yeah, obviously the Owls are going to prefer 5. Well, that's not a good start to get towards
Yeah, that's not a
but-
good start to get 5,
Oh,
unless,
they get
you know,
2 back.
Majestic and Waddle want to combine and flip the script. It is now a 3 versus 3, and Boo Crew have been locked out of A site entirely. It's going to be up to 3 remaining Boo players to try to retake, but Void Swan gets the first. It is now onto Soma and Capital's shoulders to prevent Owls from getting their 5th.
Yeah, that
Soma's
was a
stuck
quick,
in the smoke. Still.
a quick flip-flop with
Yeah,
2 going
smokes
down
have
early.
finally faded on both sides, so we're going to see if Capital and Soma have what it takes. They've got a crossfire. Soma gets the first, Capital gets the next, and it's up to Waddle 1 versus 1, and he gets it over the line. Owls get their 5th off of the Waddle multi-frag. Where have we heard this story before, ladies and gentlemen? That's right, plenty of times. Waddle has been the multi-frag champion.
Yeah,
this series.
another big play from the big German.
The big German, true. Absolutely.
Well, like I said, the Owls are going to be a lot happier with that than the alternative 8-4. You know, that puts them in striking distance with this pistol round. If they're able to get it and convert it, we're all tied up.
Yeah, and if they get the pistol round, that'll be the score line that's funny.
Yes, we need that. We
We do need that. Guys, I don't think we've had a funny score line since the start of the series, so come on, Owls. Let's see the funny number. They're just electing to go for some armor on the defense. For
Yeah,
the most
there you
part.
go.
Just some
Play.
USPs. You don't really need to upgrade too much. Dualies are nice to have, but USP does click one tap against Glocks.
There it is.
Ooh, there's a nice slick one tap. The position of the
God.
ramp player is known, but he's just
Oh
like
my God,
Akurio
that guy-
can't get anything going, man. Bullets just dancing around and just an absolute flop out of the Demon's attack. They get nothing for their trouble. Capital gets a couple consolation frags, but the bomb is still down, and that is still going to be him with a mountain to climb. A mountain guarded by some owls.
Yeah, no doubt. The Owls are circling the mountain. They know it's haunted, but they're not too scared of the haunt right now because they outnumber the ghosts.
True. The Knocked Owl has learned Shadow Ball, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
And it's striking super effective against
Yes.
that demon's pistol.
And it's oh, what a
Capital
shot!
slickly. Nice shot out of Capital. Okay, we might have a round here. And he's been allowed to collect the bomb, too. Both players have gambled towards B. Void Swan might catch him in the side, but he has gotten quite a bit farther than they might have expected. He's going to tap the bomb once. Nobody's biting just yet, but with 20 seconds remaining, they do have to go for this at some point. Capital's allowed to get the bomb down. He's allowed to escape towards red. He's going to sneak up. Oh! Gets...
Oh my gosh, it's getting scary.
He's been allowed to live for so long! And he finally goes down, but man, what a round. Absolutely so much closer than Owl should have ever let that get across the board. And, guys, we've got it. 7-6.
What do you, let me ask you this. If you're a Waddle in that situation, you hit a 4K, and then you watch the rest of that round unfold, what are you thinking?
I don't know. Maybe that he misses JL. Because I miss JL.
You know what I have to say to that?
I don't know.
6-7.
6-7.
Let's
True
go.
story.
6-7. Score.
Gonna be a force out of the Boo crew. Like to see the aggression. Well, for most of the players, they're forcing. Well, they're buying some. There's a little bit of money left over on some of their players. Capital's got the AK. He's been given a lot of chances to hero rifle. Opening frag goes Quack and Kuryu, but they're traded back pretty quick. Waddle is smoked out and kept from being able to do anything from Mini, but two players are heaven. Oh, the remaining players might actually be able to catch a timing towards ramp here. They've fully gambled towards this A site, this A retake, but nobody's home. They've elected to pivot, and the Boo crew might get a free plant and potentially even a round win off of this. And I don't know if you guys know this, but that's a Tech 9. And as I always say, a Tech 9 in hand means the round is never over. Bomb has been planted. 3 players to try to retake. First is Kuryu is spelled, and Soma, unfortunately, is just dispatched just as quickly. And that is going to be the bomb defused, and the scoreline tied up. But with the bomb planted, that is going to allow Demons a chance to potentially rebuy into the next round.
Yeah, they're gonna take that as a small victory. You know, turning that round disadvantage or that man disadvantage into a bomb plant at least, and that's gonna help their bank. Although, not enough. They still have no money. They are gonna save again. Oh, they forced that second round? Okay.
They forced, but they did get bomb plant, so if they really wanted to, they could force again, but they're just gonna hedge their bets on round 16. They're not too crazy. Hopefully this is the Boo crew from map 2 and not map 1, because they are at a bit of a disadvantage. They are on the tougher side, but it's not impossible. This isn't like office level of CT. This isn't like CT side office levels of difficult.
Right. They are hitting some nice shots, but the weapons and the lack of armor on some of them is just going to spell not much they can do there.
Yeah, they get chewed up and spit out by the MP9s, and Owls take the lead.
Yeah, and that's you know, they're going to be thankful that they got 5 on their T side, because now they're able to get an early lead in the second half rather than the Demons being on 8. Owls would be the ones on 7 here if that went 8-4.
True. It's going to be a full buy for the Demon side, including Soma on the op. The T side op on Nuke is definitely a bit of an interesting purchase. There's a lot of things you can do with it, but you gotta know what to do with it. It's not free and easy like it is like a T-side up on the Dust 2. Ooh, the upper hit is clean as a whistle. Absolutely dismantled. Every owl on that A site is absolutely taken apart. Nary even a singular point of damage goes the way of Demons, and they just executed. They executed on them, and they executed them as well. That's just going to be Owl's going to get just, and that's just going to be Demons tying it tying it back up yet again.
Yeah, that that player, and here's Waddle is trying to make something impossible happen. We know he's good for some kills, but how many?
Yeah.
Oh my, he's crushed.
Yeah, and thankfully they finally worked together and stop him, but man, you know, even getting 2 there is heroic.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was the player coming outdoor there just hit a perfect shot, and he had some backup with him that took out the Heaven player, and then by that point, the original entry had spotted the player at Mustang, so that was just. Sometimes that can be a really powerful position like Ninja on A-side Mirage, but if you just get spotted, then you just get destroyed, and everybody died with no trades.
Yeah, they're going to be able to rebuy. Waddle's stuck on a scout, though. Let's see if he has what it takes to get some doinkers with the scout.
He's got a lot of smokes to look at.
Yeah.
What?
Quack gets a nice kill onto Majestic. Open up the round for Demons. Ruru gets one of his own. Soma also picks clean the outside play, and that is just 2 owls left alive, and not much of a chance for them to win this round.
Yeah, I like the way Boo are playing. They're being very deliberate with their peaks and with their crosshair placements, and
Void Swan goes down as well. It's all on Toddy on the Mustang position. He does get one, but with his position known, that's going to be Boo hunting him down, knowing exactly where he is, and gonna adjust accordingly. Curio gets the free shot in the back, and Demons take the lead, 9-8.
Yeah, they're back in the lead. They kind of stopped the opening volley from the Owls, similar to how Owls stopped theirs in the first half. So all in all, it's a pretty back and forth affair. Staying close here. The CTs are going to have to save, so it should be 10 for the Demons getting first in double digits, unless something miraculous happens.
Miracles can happen. We've seen them happen for both of these teams, so it's about time for them to make one happen. You do have... You know what, folks? Sometimes you have to manifest your own miracles.
And they
Quack gets the nice kick, gets the nice kill, opens up. The space has been given over to the Owls, but Demons don't really care. They're heading towards B anyway. Ooh, Void Swan singes his steppers all the way down to cinders, burns him up. 2 players left alive, but Majestic, ooh, he was allowed to kill Soma, steal his op, and he might just be able to get away with it. And he's being allowed to.
That's a pretty big prize.
That is a pretty big prize indeed. They're not really hunting him too hard. That is going to make the next buy at least somewhat okay for the Owl side if he's allowed to keep it, which so far it does look like he is being granted space to try to run away, save this big old green gun.
Yeah, they're going to be happy if they can carry that over, because it doesn't look like they would have been able to get it otherwise.
No kidding. That's a bit of a blunder from Soma to go down like that. I mean, granted, they got the round win, they still got the money to rebuy, but definitely...
Oh my gosh.
Capital gets the kill on his teammate, but the op is still allowed to be saved over. So... What was once a pretty guaranteed 11 might actually have some question marks going into this round. Well, not a guaranteed 11, but a lot easier 11. The op is nasty on CT side defense. Very tough to deal with, even with proper utility. Even with proper utility and smokes, it's tough to deal with an opper who has a good position, especially if they're playing Heaven Rotator. So we'll see where the op elects to go. He's going to go outside, just try to find some frags, try to find some form. Going to break the smoke. And doesn't see anything, but Majestic saw something. Absolutely blasts the head of Quack directly off his shoulders. Man advantage goes early for Owls, but a trade back happens by Aruru, though, and is now a 4 versus 4.
Yeah, it's getting interesting. The T's are getting a lot of outside space. They have the ability to wrap ramp or heaven, and those A players are just going to start feeling more and more uncomfortable as this time passes because they've lost all their information outside.
True. Waddle's just playing not to die from the lower position. Gotta love that jump spot. It's basically impossible to kill you, and you get so much information out of it.
Yeah, now Fope is thinking, oh, they could be behind me, but in reality, they're above him already.
Oruru swiftly dispatches Void Swan,
the
but the
bomb!
forward position from Majestic pays off. Takes out Soma, but he's traded back by Capital. He's hunted down, and it's just onto Fope and Waddle's shoulder. 2 versus 2, now a 1 versus 2. Fope left alone to try to do a difficult retake.
I think they know they have to go A.
Yeah. If this is a... Yeah. The smoke goes really nice. Helps the bomb go down. And Tetris is going to get freely cleared. So it's up to the 1 versus 1. Oruru playing around the smoke. Fope not quite sure where he's gotten off to. But Oruru's not quite sure where he's gotten off to either. But unfortunately for Fope, Oruru plays the smoke game a little bit better, finds him, and Demons are 2 rounds away from winning the series.
Yeah, they've got it on the precipice now. It's going to be, looks like another reinvestment from the CTs, but they're going to be lacking in the util department, which can be a death sentence on Nuke. I mean, you got so many things to worry about. Ramp rushes, squeaky rushes, outside rushes. You know, it's tough to play this map without utility.
True. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's been a singular tactical timeout this whole game.
I think you're correct. You had the tech pause and that was it.
Yeah, you'd think you might want to try to, like, call at least a little bit of a timeout, get your bearings back, but no, it's been full steam ahead this whole game for both sides. And unfortunately for the Owls, it looks like that is not working to their favor. They lose the opening gambit yet again. Owls at a disadvantage. How about a 2-man disadvantage? 5 versus 3. 2 versus 4. Soma getting 1 with the AK, and it's up to Toddy and Fope to try to make something this round, but with the position of Fope known, well, not Fope, with the position of Toddy known, and Fope to be swiftly dispatched, it's just going to look like a Toddy save if he can, but he's not even going to be allowed that. He's taken out by the reflank by Capital, and Demons are 1 round away from taking the series point.
Yeah, and the buy here, if I had to describe it in one word for the CTs, it would probably be tragic. 2 FAMASs, an MP9, and again, very little nades. So it's going to take a Herculean effort to pull this ahead. Or
Tragic.
Keep them alive.
Brutal. Under-equipped. Shadow Ball has run out of PP, it would appear, and unfortunately for the Owls, the Demons are still striking hard.
Yeah,
Yet again, the opening
opener
gambit
again,
goes
yeah.
the way of Demons. It is a 4 versus 5 expected out of Owls to keep themselves alive, but unfortunately they are dropping like flies. Their wings are being clipped. Yet another
Clearing
frag goes the
everything.
way of Demons, and it is 1 versus 5 expected out of Fope. Molly and his smoke in his face just for added insult to injury. I don't think he's got it in him. We are mere moments away from watching Boo Crew advance to the championship.
Yeah, they got free to open it up, and they haven't gotten one since in the second half. There it is.
Quack just absolutely decimates him on the reswing, and Demons come back, reverse sweep from losing the first map to win 13-3 in Anubis, and then 13-8.
Yeah, and the pattern
Nuke.
continues in these playoffs. Whoever wins the first map seems to be doomed to lose the series.
The Owls, they were clawing at the ghosts, but unfortunately for them, they just couldn't quite find enough blood to let, and Demons haunted them to their graves.
Well, that was a pretty good series overall. We had some back and forth. We had a pretty close Mirage affair, and then a blowout.
I mean, honestly, if Waddle didn't have that hero play, that would have gone Boo's way as well.
That's true. Yeah. A lot of good plays from Waddle. A lot of players from both sides had some really good moments. It was
Absolutely. Even whenever players would have slow starts or bad halves or whatever, they were learning from their mistakes and they were not letting themselves be exploited the same ways over and over and over again. It was a brawl till the very end. It's just unfortunate the Owls just ran out of steam towards the end. They suffered that loss on map 2 as well as like any team probably could have, but I just don't think they got their wheels turning nearly well enough to compound the advantage of the CT side on Nuke, and they just got rolled over.
Yeah, and like you pointed out, the lack of a tactical timeout would have been is kind of interesting because you know after the 5-7 half, Boo kind of got off to a streak there, and the Owls didn't really have a way to stop it.
True. I'm being ushered by my lovely observer, our lovely observer, Fishiness, that on the B stream right now, which you can go ahead and click on and watch if you so desire, since we are finishing up shop here, is also on a map 3, from what I can tell.
Yeah, and it looks like Nan was the one to take map 1, so pressure's on them to break the pattern, to break the cycle.
Absolutely. It is definitely UPS is the favored team, if I remember correctly, so it's going to be one heck of a brawl, one way or the other. Appears that both teams are here to play. But unfortunately for both of our teams, that was all the fight they had to give, and we are set to wrap things up. You have anything further to say about the game, Mott?
One little neat tidbit I'll leave you with is one pattern that was broken just now. This is the first time in the Premier playoffs that there was a seed upset. So far in the quarterfinals, all the higher seeds won, and this was the first time that a lower seed team beat somebody above them. So good on Boo for that.
You can't ever count out the ghosts, man. They'll get you. They'll get you. But indeed, it was an upset. And if Nan beat UPS, it'll be two different upsets. It'll be the two underdogs fighting yet again. But there's only one way to find out who is going to be Boo Crew's opponent, and that's to check out the B stream, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, I've been Amos King Snake.
And I've been Piedmont.
It's been lovely to have you all, and I hope you all, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary carriers, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. You take care.
Everybody.
Die for your dreams, running on fumes, trying to get by. Take what you need.